guys, welcome to today's video. Welcome back to our What If Civilization Restarted series. And well, the first thing that happens is that this blue-gray nation decides to expand. With it taking advantage of the fact that some places left the other empire. As they quickly move across their coast and meet up, completely getting rid of this country. But then they decide to expand into the country to the south of them, with them taking the major cities of it, followed by the coastline. Eventually, it was forced to surrender. And well, that's kinda not really great. Seeing a risk to losing nations nearby, or losing access to, they launch a rebellion, an invasion. And while that invasion's happening, temporarily, I'll make this nation green. Not for any use. Let's pretend that the other green nations like supporting them, maybe. And they get access to some coastline. Well, here, I think this is not too some. With diving deep into this nation quickly after they surrender. Just make sure it actually took the full place over. Yeah, that worked. And then they moved into this nation. Because what they were trying to do is get through a few nations. Their expansion round going pretty well. But that could have been much better if they wanted it to be, but it didn't go that well. They took over a few nations. Now they need to stop expanding. Because, well, expansion is expensive. And they don't want to go bankrupt like a few of the other nations have done. With this larger nation having been overthrown, with a pretty aggressive expansionist ideology. Well, not long after, they invade this nation with their goal of forming an empire. Which, can they do it? Yes, but will they? Who knows? Well, the Green Nation starts an invasion over here. Into this, gray nation. I don't know why he's gray. And they invade into this yellow nation. Slowly, but steadily, they're expanding into this area. With them starting to move into this nation at first, nothing's done by the yellow country, but seeing that this could be useful, meaning, for them to get through and connect these two fronts, they decide to move in like that. Which leads to a pretty not great border. And then select all. Well, as you can see, this is not the greatest border in the world. But it works. It's a border, nonetheless. Well, Russia annexes it. Not Russia. There's no Russia in this timeline. Russia doesn't exist. That's the yellow nation. That's the yellow nation there that you're seeing. Now the rest of the green nation can be turned into a conquest. And well, the brown nation manages to make an advance here. And well, that advance becomes a big success. With a country trying to protect itself from one nation, it forms a union with these nations. These nations decide to join in, forming not necessarily an alliance, but an actual full-on union. As they fear the brown nation coming for them and the green nation. They decided they're stronger united, basically. Well, the two nations that thought this was a bad idea, this nation got invaded by the nation they didn't really think much about. And then this nation gets invaded. And well, where's somewhere that can have rebellion? Because there's expansion. We've had a bit of expansion. Where else can we go for expansion? With this nation over here advancing north. It changes borders a lot. Well, they just annex it. And quickly after, they declare a new ideal. Using probably a color like this. Using this as its new way of promoting its change. Will change its color. Because when they change, they need to actually change. Well, then you select all here. And with the nation planning on bringing its country back together, decides to expand a bit over this direction and over here. They would continue, but they're starting to get, well, they basically wasted too many resources on these two spots. So it's not very popular, the idea of invading again. But, so they plan on doing it, but before they could make any actions, because they were raising an army for it and working on building up the economy, well, it gets taken by the nation to the south. Not what they had planned on happening. There's an expansionist nation. Decides to expand down south. And this is a red nation. The Empire of South America. Not like they'll go any further down. But they're pretty well doing a good job with their expansion. With them expanding into this nation. You know, that'll be interesting when they come to invade them. And well, will that even happen? With them deciding to make an expansion. Well, there's a blue nation, that sky blue nation, I guess, would be the best color to describe it. Goes on an expansion, take over rivers in the region. While nobody intervenes, so they just take it over. And then they decide to expand into this nation over here. With them having the best shades of blue, bro. The best shade of blue now in this area, I would say. It's definitely a good shade of blue. With this nation deciding to expand south. With the nation in between deciding to go on a bit of an expansion spree. So basically they decide to invade 5 nations. And they quickly move into the first one. No one tries to do anything as they do it. They quickly move into this nation as quick as they can. And as quick as they can, they move into this nation. With rapid expansion being their idea now. Yeah. As they move in, quickly this nation's forced to fall to them. Same with this one, which bows to them basically when they demand them joining them. So realistically, they only had to invade 4 countries. And well, best shade of yellow starts expanding north. Why would I call it the best shade of yellow? Well, it's a nice shade of yellow, actually. Looks like a lemon, honestly. And well, we end up with this. And well, that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, but not until you subscribe. Bye, guys!